Hello everybody, welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 12 Week 5, Rosh Ryders versus MF Doomed Game 2! Last time, we saw what is, to be honest with you, what was probably one of the lesser team comps that we've seen so far from the MF Doomed. This time, let's see if we can turn things around a little bit. Starting off with largely the same bands this time.
Yeah. Except for the Disruptor. Get that Disruptor out of here. See that game-winning glimpse?
It's true. Yeah, which one?
On the draw.
Yeah, the game
most literal
glimpse.
Interpretation of the game-winning glimpse.
Yeah. I thought you meant like on the Wraith King at the beginning of the game or something.
No.
Or the Skeleton King, as it were.
Very wise.
Very wise. Immediately dipping into the reserve time here. Maybe we're looking to first pick that Disruptor, run it back.
Maybe we're looking to random all picks.
It could be. It could be. I can tell you this much, I do feel like part of the Doomed strategy in the last round was to try and out-unconventional the Rosh Ryders, but I feel like they kind of missed the mark on why the Rosh Ryders work when they're doing crazy stuff and why other teams kind of don't so much with it.
Right.
I feel like even though the Rosh Ryders do crazy things, I do think there's genuinely and generally an understanding of what they're trying to accomplish when they're doing these sorts of things, right? MF Doomed in the last round just seemed like they were doing wacky stuff just because that's what the Rosh Ryders do and it works for them.
Yeah. Are we gonna random all picks?
It could be.
Oh no. Dragon's not gonna lose to an all random lineup, is he?
You better not.
Oh dear.
Captain AFK hell. Bismarck.
Nah, this is mind games.
Bismarck's only response. Unfortunate.
It's mind games, he's not AFK.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, no, not like this! I can't believe this! Darkseer.
Alright.
I like me some Darkseer. I used to really hate Darkseer, but I feel like, the new Darkseer, I like the new Darkseer, you know?
Dire team pick.
What's new about him? Just like the way people play him?
Way people play him, way people build him, yeah.
Okay.
Less greedy nowadays, the way you build him. When I say the new Darkseer, I get saying the new Darkseer is kind of like saying new Coke or new Super Mario Brothers, and that it's not very new anymore. But you know how Darkseer is compared to like
TI 1 Darkseer.
The TI like 3 and 4 era Darkseer, yeah. PVC pipe says
easy. We're just gonna random the first pick. All right.
One random pick, and the Marana.
Our only not random pick will be Marana. So
I hope Shadow Demon. There's at least one point in the game where Shadow Demon just stops an arrow from hitting somebody by putting him in jail. On the other hand, I hope there's at least one point in this game where, I hope there's at least one point in the game where Shadow Demon puts somebody in jail and then Marana hits someone with an arrow when they get out. But that's harder to do than it sounds because, you know, you got the two illusions.
Or put someone in jail and they dodge a ravage.
That would also be fun, yeah.
Seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
This time
Painting
Rosh Ryders.
Spectre, the lowest win rate hero in the entire game. Alright.
Yeah. This time Rosh Ryders looking more of like a mix. Looking both at the 1 and the 2 here. Getting rid of both to some degree. MF Doom just kind of, banning what got them last time, as well as the Viper, which
5 seconds remaining.
what does a Viper ban mean to you, right?
Dire team ban.
So the interesting thing about a Viper ban is, to me, it means a lot of things. A lot of different things could mean a Viper ban, you know? Passives. If you
Melee mid.
Yep, if you love passives, you get rid of Viper. If you got a melee mid, you get rid of Viper.
10 seconds
DK.
remaining.
Could be D. Oh, don't say things like that.
Well, I mean, he's a melee mid, he's got a passive that he doesn't like getting messed with.
Please don't tell me we're going to be looking at their Forgan Knight. Are we going to have 2 picks that I really don't like in the same, by the same team in the same set of games?
10 seconds
Sad.
remaining. Radiant
With
team
3 Wraith King and the 2 Dragon Knight? Got Shaman coming up.
Alright, good hero.
Yep. A Viper doesn't necessarily mean just passes. It could also very much mean they're worried about magic damage, because, if you're thinking anybody with a magic damage amp is coming up, if you're thinking of like a Skywrath or something, the last thing you want to see is like a Skywrath or a Pugna with a Viper. It's just horrible. Just a bad place to be. Passes, or it could just be they're really dedicated to winning mid, because even if you're not bringing in a melee win, you still have. My Jug is griefing.
Might not be a Healy's Rogue.
Even if you don't have a melee mid, Viper is a very good hero at just winning mid out. Not many heroes in the game who you are going to submit are going to be able to beat him, right? Though that does mean that a lot of times Viper is a short-term investment. You're sending Viper mid to shut down like a Quap or something. Lycan!
Alright, Lycan Jug, it's rather deadly.
This is coming up as well. Are he running like a 5 seer here? I'm not really seeing how the Rosh Ryders are going to line this up so far.
Yeah, it could be 5 seer.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be like a 2 Lycan, I guess.
I would bet 2 Jug over 2 Lycan.
MF Doom getting rid of the Magnus here. They've seen that Magnus in action before. You now want to see it again. Rosh Ryders once again getting rid of the Ember Spirit. Definitely seems like they're conscious of the possibility of the Void Spirit here and just don't care.
Yeah.
Kind of a disrespect move, to be honest with you.
Hey, they answered the last game.
10 seconds.
That is true.
5 seconds remaining.
Though, I will say, I feel like that has less to do with answering Void Spirit and more answering the team around him than anything.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, what you would sort of do against Void Spirit. Once again, MF Doom looking to be the late game guys, so not quite as late only oriented as they were in the last round.
Radiant team pick.
No, PL. I know the Rosh Ryders are crazy guys, but
Yeah.
What's
PL gonna do? 3?
I could not in a million years see what PL is going to do here. Gonna be 4 Lycan then, you think? Or a 5 Lycan even.
No.
Like,
Sealy's Lycan probably with like a mid Jug 4 and 5 Marana and Darkseer.
Dire team pick.
And
a bad.
3 Abaddon. Alright.
I'll tell you this
Lines up
much,
with what I was saying.
I don't really feel like Darkseer works too well under 3. I feel like if he's not going to be attempting to get money, he's kind of in the wrong spot, you know? Because he's going to get money whether he likes it or not, basically.
5 seconds remaining.
Unless you're doing some really wacky stuff with him.
Yeah, QE only build. It's like Naga Siren, except it's Darkseer.
Yeah. Of course, as I always say in a situation like this, I hope the Rosh Ryders understand they just opened up quite a big honking can of worms with that pick. Mr. Ghoul, if it's going to be you anyway. Mr. Ghoul, you're going to be under the magnifying glass this game. Don't let me down. Doom taking their sweet time picking this last guy.
Picking their mid DK.
Hollywood already spamming the DMX quotes. They really are going to run out the entire reserve time clock for this one.
Yep.
Just talking it over, making sure everything's golden.
Or we're gonna have a bookend. First pick was right. Okay, never mind.
Nope, we really are. Oh my god. We really are going to go for the Drforgan Knight, huh? Alright.
Oh, he's cool, Dragon Knight.
Yeah, he's cool, alright.
He's a Power Ranger.
Yep. Indeed, going to have that 5-seer.
Always fun.
I mean, I guess if it's Healy's, it's not like he needs money anyway.
Sure, literally just needs 4,200 gold. That's it.
Yep.
Once you have that, it's an easy game. Just, you know, press Wolf Bite on your jug, and he kills everybody.
I like the Aquatic Abaddon set. Like
Yeah.
a fish man. Even a fish horse. You'd think it'd be a seahorse, but it's not really a seahorse. It's just a not seahorse horse of the sea.
Yeah, yeah. I get exactly what you mean.
pvcpipe, the one person in this game with no cosmetics. Not even the big stupid donut. I love the Darkseer donut. I think he has a different shirt, actually. It's like an early era Dota cosmetic, though. It just doesn't look like it's changed at all. Big fat stupid Tide Hunter, of course.
Yep. Classic.
Alright, baby. Here we go. I like how the Abaddon set just makes his little eyes look really goofy.
Yeah.
Stupid. Brave, but stupid.
Voice chat wheel line.
Alright.
There's something funny to me about all these stupid voice wheel lines, and then you're suddenly death. Big Brain picking BH against Matty.
It's the last game.
Damn, yeah, that's true. Damn, Vic Vaughn shading his captain. You mad? Oh no, but I know somebody who is.
Yeah, or who will be very shortly.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
Screaming down Mike as I tipre.
Nice.
Can't believe Otto von Bismarck's still alive and he's shitposting an LD2L. Very nicely executed spinning by Tide Hunter there. You know, no, nothing useful done doing that. But, you know. I like Bismarck coming in, shooting Hollywood once with the arrow, then just walking away.
You should
All right.
apologize.
Demanding an apology.
That's Persona we're on it too.
Yeah. We got 2 different anime characters in this lineup.
That's true. They're against each other.
Looks like got some domestic violence coming on.
Darkseer and Shadow Demon.
Yeah. My 2 favorite anime characters.
Yeah. You know what Darkseer says whenever he realizes he's in a filler episode?
What's that?
This episode, like your head, lacks a point.
Why did I think you were gonna make like a joke and not just quote the guy? What? I was sitting there thinking like, oh, what's the weird punchline gonna be? It's gonna be like a stupid pun on his name. It's gonna be like, oh, I've seen this crap before or something like that. No, it's just a regular response line.
Dudes have
Whose
taken a lot
head
of
is he
abuse in this
talking
one.
about?
I don't know, just whoever he kills, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, whoever he kills, but in the context of the filler episode, whose head is he talking about?
To the viewer, directly.
Oh, there's Blossom coming online. We will not be watching any games from anybody named Blossom, unfortunately. We just missed First Blood, because I was thinking
Yeah,
that
we
was about to
sure
be
did.
First Blood. Very sad. Luckily, we have the power of video editing.
Bonk. Bonk.
Yep.
Alright.
Jug just getting a little overconfident there in how much his spin's going to do. Gets tipped after he dies. Tips start flying back and forth.
Yeah,
Haley's
don't like
tips
each
his
other.
own mid. Yeah, you could say there seems to be some bad blood between the Rosh Ryders and MF Doomed. I mean, you could say there seems to be, but that would be kind of an under-exaggeration of the
Yeah,
real
sure.
fact that there is. But, you know, we're watching these in a vacuum, just like Darkseer.
Yep.
Darkseer, who's pulling 5 duty here so far. With what looks like not terribly much success, unfortunately, for him. No surprise, I suppose. It is a 5 Darkseer. It's not a role he's that well equipped for.
Yeah, they didn't pick him, so you know.
It's true.
pvcpipe had some important work to do.
Important pipe to lay down.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
Alright, I won't think about it. What the hell is that line supposed to be?
You should think about closing the funnel.
Fine. I can tell you this much. The Abaddon and Mirana combination, not all that great. Abaddon likes, most of all, characters that are able to sort of follow him into the breach, or characters who are able to sort of stay close and take advantage of that auto attack speed from Curse of Avernus. And you don't get either of those things with Mirana, really. Unless she's willing to drop Leap to follow up with you, which, not the best situation to be in. Interestingly enough, they are trying to make things a little better for the Darkseer here by using the Ion Shell on the Wolves rather than the Creep Wave, though ultimately the Shadow Demon is still being able to, usually, to bring the pain into the wave and just mess with them there. Getting some fun happening in mid, though. Nothing too terribly crazy. I kinda doubt we're going to see... Dude, Dark or Shadow Demon, just like put yourself in jail, dude. I kinda doubt we're going to see a another kill happening either way at mid.
Right.
It is the nice thing about Dragon Knight as mid. No matter what happens, no matter who you put up against Dragon Knight mid, except with the exception of Viper, he's able to pretty much just stand there. He's never going to win mid. That much is basically a certainty. But he is going to be able to stand there for as long as he wants. I think Shaman kind of underestimated the damage that Mirana was going to be able to put out and goes right down for it.
Yep.
Nearly shaves off Abaddon's life in the process, but not quite. There is one silver lining to having to put Darkseer in the safe lane here, is that at least the build that Shadow Demon is going, the way he's been using it, it is going to be pushing back the creep wave quite a lot in response.
Yeah.
Jug finds that kind of funny.
It is pretty funny if you think about it.
I'll take that as tribute.
Hollywood coming down here to try and get a kill on Matty Boy. It's Mirana trying to get the kill on
certainly
Tide.
hassling him.
Though an extraneous leap early on there meant that he never had mana for arrow.
Pipe. He wants it.
And he ain't gonna get it.
Oh,
Goodbye.
that's super sad.
How many blades am I putting on?
Yeah, that was definitely, all I can say to that is, were it not for the errant additional leap there, that probably would have been a kill on the Tidehunter, but no such luck. Offensive Glyph here as they try to go completely... Jesus, already? Alright, already. I apologize for this, folks. We're going to have to actually take a brief interruption here. For something I thought was going to be in about an hour and was actually right now.
Wow.
So I'll be back in a moment. And we're back. Those of you at home got no interruption there.
What are you expecting?
Always fun.
Right back into this game that I was last looking at like 10 minutes ago. Supports just bashing each other down here. Supports just bashing each other up there, though. Batten also getting a little bit of the good stuff. He's gonna eat like about a third of his health bar. That alone. Healy's actually not Healy's. Looks like we've had a bit of a rotation as Hollywood and pvcpipe have switched lanes up here. pvcpipe going up to top.
Is under attack.
Yep. More of those on the fly lane changes.
I will say, I think it does serve them better to do this. Because Abaddon does not go well with Mirana, as stated. Not going to miss her. On the other hand, Darkseer goes very well with the guy. Not the most ideal possible combination, but, you know, given that the bad Mirana strat was not working out, this is certainly not bad, and look, it got him a kill here.
Yep.
It does run the risk of keeping the lane pushed into Medusa's face at all times, which is not exactly ideal. Though so far, her last hit rate isn't great. It's not bad. It's not the best it could possibly be.
Just under the mids. It's the only people it's under.
Oof. Darkseer just barely getting knocked out there as Abaddon, you know, just walked away to look at the tower up there. Or block the creeps under the tower there. And now he himself is just going to feel the pain here. First borrowed time of the game gets nothing done, as it kind of tends to do, unfortunately.
Yep.
Two different high fives in bot lane. Arrow just barely misses both guys. It's a classic 7-10 split right there. I got a double damage on the Dragon Knight here, who's actually gone for Midas as well. Gonna chase Jug out of the lane, though. Not accomplish perhaps quite as much as he had hoped to. Darkseer coming in
Tower
to
dodge.
Darkseer coming in to really ruin him being able to get that much out of this. He's not actually really respecting Darkseer so far.
Right, I mean, they don't have CC, so it's not.
Just barely gets the Invisor in there.
Yep.
1 second before the vacuum comes out, which is a little unfortunate. Also gives him a full bottle in response.
It's not like a DK is that killable unless you have a straight up CC or Drug can Omnium, you know, away from the creep wave.
Right.
Even then, it's not guaranteed it'll actually kill him.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So one thing to remember, that Dragon's Blood is armor only. It does not give you any sort of magic resistance. They actually do have a pretty decent combination of magic damage between that Ion Shell and the Blade Fury.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It would be a little hard for him to deal with the region there, but
Yeah.
got a whole mess happening up here at top as a Bat and Dice tower for 3. It gets nobody but the tower. Just kind of an unusual result there, to be honest with you. Probably would have actually taken the time to get some solo farm down here bot.
Yeah.
Which I do like, you know, if nobody's in the lane, right? If nobody is home, if your homeboys are out doing something, there is nothing wrong with doing this. A lot of people seem to think there kind of is for some reason, but nope. Especially if you are a 4. If you're a 4, your 3 is gone. Go ahead, eat that farm. Nothing wrong with that, you know.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Eat that farm, take that XP, get an advantage over their support who does not currently have that window to do the
Dire's
same.
structures are fortified.
That glyph with 1 auto attack left on the tower there.
Yeah, rather said.
I think
Oh,
a
boy.
gigantic stack in the
my.
jungle. Tollywood actually denying on the neutral creep from the gigantic stack. Oh, that's got to be a little sad for MF Doom there.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Matty Boy gives the question mark even though his team is the one that got messed up there.
Gold for me.
Actual tragedy.
That was quite tragic, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's
Looking
middle
to,
tower is under attack.
though this won't be the traditional methodology here. MF Doom basically guaranteed knocking down this tower here now. And so the Radiant T1 bot, as destined, has fallen down, though not in the usual position for it. Looks like they're going to go all in on the Lycan here. Dropped wall on him and the Lycan ult.
Dire's middle tower
Oh, yeah.
is under attack.
Dragon goes down, Shadow Demon to follow,
Running down.
and then they tip him.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They sure did.
And that's sort of what I was talking about with that. Wow, you needed 5 for that? Come on, Dragon. They didn't need 5 for that. No, actually, pretty much 2 people killed you.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah. And now they're gonna take the sec.
And their mid is openly tilting in all chat.
That's true. He is.
In mist
Well played.
Radiant are scanning.
Tynan are gonna get bullied here by a man and his bird.
Yeah, that classic Lycan build, you just build up the cool Dominator and then straight into eggs usually, although it looks like he's gonna get drums this time around before the eggs.
Yep. Gonna try and go for a high pressure sort of pushing strat rather than just turning Jug into the wolf. Oh, look at Medusa!
Oh, they
Very
hit
good
the
arrow actually lands.
Dire's middle tower is under
Okay.
Dropping Ravage in response, but Oh, well, I was going to say, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Certainly is with this kind of response, so... Roger, Dragon Knight here. They're still in a bit of danger, though. Nope. All they end up getting is the Shadow Shaman as everybody else just walks back home.
Okay, I think Dusa dies without that Ravage, so there's that.
Dusa dies on the Rabbit. Unfortunately, Jug forgot he had this, so that's why, too. Jug getting body blocked there because he didn't phase. Very important thing, the old phase boots. Very important thing to be watching where you are when you're when you got the phase boots.
Yeah, unless they turn into a passive again.
That's true, yeah. Hopefully they don't do that. He's gonna be really sad when about and yep, just puts that on his head and then suddenly all that shadow poison is just completely in. Why did Shadow Demon ult the
It doesn't
bird?
go away.
Doesn't go away, but it just completely negates all the damage. Why did Shadow Demon ult the bird?
Why not?
Oh, Batten got the Echo Saber, which is a classic item. It doesn't actually give you reliable Curse of Avernus, nor does it give you any stats you want, which is why I usually don't do it. Just go for more attack speed instead. Trying to go in on the
Yeah, Echo Saber
Dark
gives you
Seer
attack speed, so there's that.
It's true. It's not enough.
Oh boy.
Fortunately, dropping. Oh, okay, that was maybe not the play by the Shadow Demon there. Basically, just got his buddy killed straight up.
I think he does anyway. He just delayed the death.
Probably does, but I think the death actually came faster with the Q versus him just continuing to walk away. Could have even walked into Medusa for the ult there because she was very close.
Lycan's Purge.
He is in a lot of trouble here. And he tries to TP, but that is certainly not the response to go for there. With all that CC, and down he goes. Luckily, the kill goes to the Shadow Demon.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And ultimately, really nothing good of any kind comes out for the Rosh Ryders there.
Yep.
They just lose two, getting no push in response, and they're just running away now.
Dire's top
That does get an
tower
arc
is under
rune.
attack.
Hey, at least there's that.
And he's going to need it, because he's going to really want that ult to come back up as soon as possible. Jug
They have a
also
more enticing target. Oh.
barely getting out of there.
Yep.
Dire's top
Here comes a single Murano auto attack,
cannot rise against you.
and it misses somehow.
It went somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it assassinated his courier for a second. That'd be funny.
Radiant are scanning.
Found a Philosopher's Stone here on MF Doom, which is always good. Looks like Dragon's actually been keeping it in his pocket. And, you know, because Lord knows if anybody gets a lot of utility out of having a very high net worth, it is the Dragon Knight.
Can't win a war without money.
By the way, you know what you can't win a war without? Money.
What?
Unless
Yeah,
it's
true.
World War II, in which case all the relevant countries are able to get practically infinite loans anyway. In which case you can win a war without money. It's just going to put you into a lot of debt.
Yeah. Which you need money to solve. So you can't win
Sure.
a war without money.
Well, you can win a war without money because you can just go into a lot of debt and then go bankrupt once the war's over.
That's true.
I mean, a state bankruptcy is not a good thing, but, you know, you still won the war.
You can't win Dota without money.
There you go. Yep, if you are, if you're one of those early era Christians, you're taking a vow of poverty here, then I'm afraid you are not going to win Dota 2.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You certainly can't win a war without weapons or materials, and in that case that would be items, and you do need money to get items. So, to that end, right, Dragon Knight's onto something. Kind of
Oh, boy.
approximately. And, speaking of onto something, Shadow Demon
Oh.
was almost onto the plane of death. Shaman has been really good at just forcing a Batten to ult when he doesn't want to this game.
Yeah. Oh.
Fortunately,
pretty on point this game.
yeah. Unfortunately for him, ultimately does not have much of a great effect. That
Okay.
Ravage was basically just for Jug. How unfortunate for him that he already had the Aphotic Shield on when it happened. Titan are going down.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And that's it. Everyone's just getting the hell... Oh!
Darkseer's not.
Yeah, very good timing on the stun there. So Darkseer just going to casually die.
Yep.
Again, unfortunately, not to a core, but to the Shadow Demon, who has, I believe, yep, half of the kills on this lineup. Which isn't great.
You should apologize.
It isn't great. It's better to have the kills on Shadow Demon than no kills at all, don't get me wrong. But it is kind of unfortunate. It's hard to not do that, especially as Shadow Demon, because you got so many different ways to just be dealing casual damage over time that are kind of hard to control. You know, if your Shadow Poison just pops on somebody, what are you going to do? Nothing. So did eventually give up that Philosopher's Stone to absolutely nobody who is currently carrying it. I do feel like it is a bit of a tragedy. I feel like either the Shadow Demon or the Shaman should probably be carrying that thing. You never want to let a Philo Stone sit in your neutral stash if you can help it.
What are you doing?
So you probably want to let the Nether Shell sit in your neutral stash if you can help it.
Items trash.
You should apologize.
Which means they will
Yeah.
also get a quiver.
As traditional Batten going right into Ags as fast as possible.
Pennywise.
Just wants to have borrow time up as consistently as possible, basically what that means. I can tell you this
Yep.
much, that additional benefit does not come into play as much as you would think. It is all about getting the second longer on that.
Double damage.
Step softly and leave no trace.
I don't know what she just said. Something about neutrals, I think?
Maybe.
Going in again here.
Oh, they're looking.
Right under the T, too. Showing panic drop snakes. The last move of his miserable life. Got a good Ravage here. Unfortunately, does not hit the Jug, who is just going straight for the back line. He does not care about anything else this game except for that Medusa. Team does a good job of, yep. Team does a good job of trying to eat as much of that Omni as humanly possible. Batten about to go down. Turn it around now. Looking at getting Heelys here, but not to do not avail on that. They do get the PVC pipe. Jug in a bit of trouble, though Batten able to very casually get him out of it.
Oh, still in the firing line.
Still running here.
Alright, got the healing ward. Good play.
Oh, Jug barely going down there right before Abaddon can get the save on him. Abaddon about to follow, I
6,
believe?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nope.
Oh, God. So that's... well...
And the
no
best
Happy
part
New Year
is,
today.
if he had that Ogre Club instead of the Quarreling Blade, he would have lived that too. Not lived that, but he would have lived long enough for the borrowed time to come on. Is that sad or what?
It is rather sad.
Radiant's middle tower.
Got a
is
Lotus
under
up on
attack.
Tide. For...
Gold for me.
Arrowstone? It's the only
well, it
thing I can think of.
doesn't purge off Arrow Stun. I don't
Does it?
think.
Doesn't it purge off stuns? I'm pretty sure it does.
No, it's only a basic
Oh, it's
dispel.
basic
You need a
dispel, okay.
Yep, you need a
Alright.
strong one from Rana.
I thought it was
Yeah,
a
I think
strong
we've
dispel.
I think
Okay.
we've done this before. I think we've had this exact same thing happen to us in a
Yeah.
game once. No, yep. It is strong dispels only, so it cannot get rid of the arrow stun.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know if
Pretty
it...
bizarre.
Oh, it can get rid of the Curse of Avernus. Okay, that's the only thing I think it can get rid of. And it reflects the Mist Coil, and that's the only thing it reflects so far. Oh, and reflect the Diff Blade. I gotta say I wouldn't have done it this game. It's a very long way of saying I don't think I would have gone Lotus Lord this game. It doesn't get rid of anything, it doesn't reflect anything, it's probably not worth it. And now he's just going to die very casually. Goodbye, Tide.
Just gets a run at.
Yep, just gets run right over. I noticed that ever since they lost the stack here in the jungle, they've been really hesitant to actually remake one. Really do not want to have it all stolen by that jug again. Well, interestingly enough, even without that, they actually are still outperforming their rating counterparts for the most part for net worth. And the one who's lower is, oh, even Matty Boy is barely pulling out over a Baden, so the only one who's lower is indeed Shaman. Not by much, so. We're gonna get a very casual Rosh here. Ban one of the,
okay.
Ban one of the better heroes to do a fairly early Rosh with. That Curse of Avernus really messes with him. Makes it harder for him to do any damage, and makes everyone just beat the hell out of him. Very good hero for that. Oh, I got a Solar Crest. It's gonna be very deadly actually, because they have one big magic damage source at this point, because you know Blade Fury's kind of trailed off outside of the supports, right? They really have only one source of magic damage they're leaning on, so being able to shred armor like that, it's gonna let them do quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna split push out here with the Medusa illusions.
Raise no hand in anger and you'll pass from sight.
You hear that? No hands in anger, Randy.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Everyone TPs to bot to try and beat up the dragon. Tries to TP out, but no dice. Gets. Oh, I thought that was a full on name. That was just a Swift. Gonna waste a lot of time.
Annoying to kill him.
That's a full-fledged Omni, and down he goes. Then he gets tipped.
Oh no.
Then he gets tipped. Tide Hunter here. Wow, 5 heroes. You guys suck.
So it actually cancels the Swift Slash out there? Did I see that right? The Lotus Orb?
Oh, 100%. Cannot be dispelled now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But he like... Okay, this is a strange interaction then that I saw there.
It would be strange anyway, because it's not a debuff to you, it's a buff to him. Can reflect Omnis and Sliths, so I guess there is one additional thing there, but man is that hard to actually do, and even when you do, it doesn't really do anything. For some reason, it seems like reflected Omnis lasts like way shorter than the original version, so it just takes somebody out of the fight for a second, basically. Not super worth it, and it is so hard to actually time it because it's a very instantaneous cast that he can do to anybody without any sort of warning. It's not going to be something to do easily. You can just put it on somebody to say this guy can't be omnied, but like if he omnis you instead and you're there, you know. It's like paper versus reality. It's like, great, you can make somebody unable to be omnied, but you have to be close enough to them that he could just omni you instead and then just jump to him and it does nothing then. In any case, with Jug not having any right-click damage yet, certainly if you wanted to do something specifically to deal with him, Crimson would have been a better choice, or Chivas as well. 'Cause, 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 Jug, one of the better heroes to build Crimson against if he's not building damage, basically.
Dire's bottom
So
tower
crit alone
is under attack.
is
Radiant's
going to be
top tower
hidden
is under attack.
occasionally, but Crimson Guard just basically means if he doesn't crit, he does nothing.
Right.
You can see here, taking off, you know, about a third of his damage, his right-click damage. Just doing that. Though with the Solar Crest coming up, it does kind of mess with that a bit. Of course, as per usual, Jug always great to build Shivas against. Whether he's building damage or not, it's always a safe bet to go Shivas against him, which is why that's what I usually end up going with if I'm facing him. That legitimately means unless he's ulting, he's doing nothing for the most part. He can spin it, which is annoying. He can spin it, but even if he spins, it's only getting rid of the debuff, and if you time it right, you can usually play around that. He's not usually going to say spin for that. He's got so many beautiful stuns to do instead.
I'll take that as tribute.
Oh god, a Mindbreaker.
Yep, classic.
A Mindbreaker in this game could do a whole hell of a lot. Cloak probably could too. Surprised Seer's not taking that over the Vambrace. Or as I like to call it, the Vambrace.
You can just, it'll equip it himself because you can Omni someone and instantly just stop them from doing anything about it.
Right.
Radiant's middle tower is
Do have an
under
AC
attack.
coming up on the Dragon Knight here. With Matty Boy being absolutely destitute, this is not a bad play. Certainly not on somebody like the Dragon Knight. It is ideal to get the AC up in as low of a position as you can possibly go, though this game I just don't see Tidehunter getting that kind of money in time for that to be the case. And TK's basically just in, you know, just a hoity-toity, big, fat, honkin' 3, even when he's 2 anyway. Just a cooler than usual 3 as a 2, so. Can tell you this much, I don't think Mr. Pipe's been playing a lot of Darkseer in his time.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't mean to pick it, so.
That's true. Well, he didn't pick it at all. Intent is kind of irrelevant there. I'm going to pressure Bob. The equilibrium against him down here is horrific. Funnily enough, without the Lycan himself actually present, the Ancient's just going to very casually go down. Unless Shaman just elects not to kill it for no reason. Okay, there we go. Slow siege going on the part of the Rosh Ryders here as they're just taking their sweet time here. Trying to get
That's what they call a slow siege.
Yep. That's what I, in fact, just called a slow siege.
Yeah.
Taking their sweet time here, just trying to get the equilibrium up in all the possible lanes here. Though, the MF Doomed is just trying to get rid of them there, basically. Just trying to reverse that. And with the Manta style plus the Shadow Demon clones, it is not a hard thing to do here.
Batten and upgrade his stick.
True, as Ray said. Patton going for Halberd.
Okay. Against you, so I would assume.
Yeah. A Batten Halberd, you hate to see it. Ugh. Dragon Knight stuns one of his own kind. You hate to see that too.
Yeah, that's true.
Dragon Knight tries to TP out there actually as to stop the dodge the arrow. As he trying to run through the jungle. Though ultimately not going to actually even bother with him here. So instead just going to go on his teammates in the triangle while he's stuck down here.
Yep.
Tidehunter just getting chopped down.
Other game where Matty Boy is getting a lot of abuse.
Yep, they're just kicking him to the curb every chance they get. Forgan being pursued by Heelys down here. The Dragon Knight just running from the Lycan. They're coming in. Yields to dodge.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Hold on. Who, Darkseer? He doesn't have a Yule Scepter! Oh man, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Never feels good to be that guy in that moment.
Vanish.
Everyone's going off the map.
Yep. Vanish.
Whew. That is one more, I believe. One thing that you can get rid of with the I don't know if this is soft or hard purge or purgeable at all actually.
It doesn't get purged when BKB pops, so I'd assume
probably not purgeable, but you can reflect it with a Lotus Orb, and Abaddon is not a guy who likes to be without his right click. There's one more thing for Lotus Orb to do to a degree. Just gonna cut Roche down here.
Precision, really. I just kind of pointed at the pit.
Everyone just beating him up. I like the little effect that pops up for the Lycan Howl over you. Really goofy looking thing. Jug is
short and add some more push to those waves.
Darkseer also has a halberd, by the way.
Yeah.
This is
just on the DK and the Medusa.
Yep, the twin halberd. Or just disarm the Medusa for a really long time, also a possibility.
Yep.
More sort of slow siege going down here. As Shadow Demon just kind of drops everything he's got on Juggernaut's head there. Who does not even, just you know, justify that with a spin in response. Juggernaut is now a wolf. Lycan, also a wolf.
Oh god.
The Ravage comes out, but Jug is omni-slashing during that whole time.
I don't think he was omnied, but yeah.
He was omniing, yeah. He was not down when that Ravage happened. And they did not even pop the Aegis there.
Yeah, they did.
First Rax, second Rax, Forgan calls GG.
That's the game.
Wonder if he had clearance to do that. And then he gets tipped one more time on his way out. Nice.
Sad.
Tips.
Nice.
All right. So let's do some analysis on this. Analysis on the first game as well, since we didn't really get to do that, unfortunately. Oh man, this is not a good look for MF Doomed here. I think perhaps taking that loss in the week before this to such a dramatic degree put a whole right into their morale. But well, just to be frank, these were neither particularly good drafts nor particularly good executions, I don't think. But the real issue there was the drafts. These drafts were bad. No two ways about it. Sorry to say. This is really two games I feel like almost lost in pick phase. Which is really sad when one of these teams randomed for one of their pick phase picks. Ugh. The 2 Dragon Knight, really big letdown here. Funnily enough, I feel like most other 2s would not have had this issue. If they had a 2 that was going to be able to really do the early damage, because that's what Dragon Knight is really fundamentally missing as a 2, right? He's missing damage, like, everywhere. He's missing damage early, and he's missing damage late. At least he's very tanky early, but Dragon Knight, he's missing that damage, right? So, to that end, in these early fights, where it should have been, with a otherwise, the 3 and under club being very well suited to get early kills, should have been able to do that. They weren't. They literally just did not have enough to finish the job, especially with how tanky the Rosh Ryders were. I mean, if you want to talk about counterpicking yourself, all right, pick a guy who struggles with damage against Juggernaut, against Abaddon, against the Darkseer, and the 2 other guys on the team. The 2 guys who,
with the Dominator.
The 2 other guys that you'd be able to theoretically get are Lycan, who's not only going to build up a Dominator, but is going to have a very easy escape, and Mirana, who has 2 very easy escapes. Like,
yes.
Dragon Knight really just suffers badly against this lineup. This is just not the time. I don't think there's many good times to pull out the Dragon Knight, to be honest with you, but this is certainly not one of them. Certainly not one of them. It's definitely better suited for 3, I think, in basically every case. So to that end, and this is what you're this is what you're going to sow running him there. To that end, yeah, not a huge fan of this lineup. The Tidehunter had some good ravages, but his kind of day-to-day play I didn't feel like was that great, and his itemization choices were just not too good, unfortunately. The Lotus Orb, like I said, I just wouldn't have done it here. I just would have played around what I was theoretically trying to counter here with the Lotus, because there's ways of dealing with that, with the Omni, which is really the only thing it's really going to be there for. It's just to put it on somebody so they can't be Omni'd for a second. Great, but that just doesn't work in reality. It's a paper versus reality thing, right? On paper, it's a great counter to Omni. In reality, no, there's just too many ways around it. So the itemization, it just didn't go well here. And ultimately, the Medusa pick was good, but they just didn't have the ability to bring enough time to make it worth something.
Yep.
So to that end, there were some flaws with the Rosh Ryders lineup, as anybody might expect from the fact that they randomed. But they just couldn't really overcome it here today. And like I said, as much as I hate to say it, even if the execution had gotten a little better, I still don't know if it goes for them just because of that draft. And that goes for the first game as well. Even if the execution had been a little better, the draft really, really knocks them out there. I think it would definitely be good to do some war games. If you're a Bismarck or you're Matty Boy, it'd definitely be good to do some war games. Just, even if you're not going to do a game, right? Just sit there. Find another guy who's willing to do it. Just sit there and say, okay, like another captain or something, right? Draft, right? We'll draft a team in theory, you draft a team in theory, and just have, like, war game draft rounds. Just what are you picking? Feel out what your guys want to do, what your guys are good at, and all that sort of thing, right? And you're gonna,
Yep.
Hopefully by this point you have at least some idea of what your guys are good at. Just do some war games with these lineups to try and avoid the situations like this, and definitely, hopefully, take some experiences away from this one. I think, like I said in Game 1, Bismarck is a more conventional picker, and Matty Boy, for the most part, seems to agree with him on that. I think they tried to go against that tradition. I think they tried to go against the more traditional lineups for him, and it just does not serve Doomed well doing that,
Yeah.
Just does not serve them in that capacity. So I think taking a look at the drafts is going to be very, very important for Doomed here. Considering, and just making sure that this isn't it for them. I mean, let's just be frank. They had one of the worst morale busts anyone's had in this tournament so far in this game. With Dragon just openly tilting in the chat after the games as well.
Yep.
Just got super, super, super mad, flew right out the handle. Cannot let things like this get to you. If you want to have success in a tournament or any Dota tournament, you cannot let things get to you. And you certainly, even if you let them get to you in one game, you certainly can't let them get to you next time. And speaking of next time we've got the GGs.
Something, I'm sure.
I think it's... No, it was Sparta. No? Yeah, it's Sparta. Because the always enigmatic Jackie Chan actually came out of the woodworks to request that one. And how can you turn a guy like that down, right?
True.
So next time, we're going to be seeing Backdoor Boys versus This is Sparta. See you then.